Hi Pisces, my name's Mimi. I'm with Divination by Mimi, and welcome to your March 1st through the 15th, 2017 Tarot and Oracle reading with a little bit of astrology. Now, as it relates to astrology, your constellation is very full right now. In there, you've got Mercury, you've got Neptune, you've got Chiron. Lots of people, lots of planets and energies happening in your chart. So Neptune, your ruling planet, is definitely about the oceans of feeling, emotions, sometimes deception, um, sometimes addiction, sometimes escapism. And there's a lot of reasons why someone might want to escape at this point in time. There's a lot of very, very jarring activity occurring in the world, on the world stage, and therefore in our lives interpersonally too. Chiron is the wounded healer that particular astrological body is about old wounds, old pain that you are turning into something that would help others. Generally, that's what the wounded healer would do. Okay. So let's take a look at some other aspects that are definitely going to affect you. Uh, the first one is going to be Venus. Venus is going retrograde on the 4th and hits your constellation right there. And Venus going retrograde is very much about Chiron's energy, which is already in your constellation. Venus going retrograde on the 4th, which will be for 6 weeks approximately, give or take, and should end around the 15th. She'll go direct again. Is about looking back at interpersonal relationships. Okay, so we know Venus is the goddess of love, beauty, value, and definitely love, interpersonal relationships. When she goes retrograde, she's looking back. So this is asking you, or the energies are rife for you to look back at past relationships and see how they are affecting you now, i.e. your baggage. What baggage are you carrying forward and currently holding in relationships? So this could be 5, 10 years ago. This could be all the way back to childhood. But it's those things, those hurts and those joys that we have that are affecting us. And are they still affecting us? And it's looking back at what can we keep, what is actually serving us, and what can we release, what's no longer serving us, what's negative, what is hindering our development. Okay, and there's a couple of aspects that are going to make this, well, two aspects actually that are very, very good for this and making it easy if we just relax into the energy. One of those aspects is the full moon in Virgo. That happens on the 12th. That's a storm moon. The full moon brings emotional, the full moon in Virgo brings Virgo's octave, both lower octave and higher octave, the energies of Virgo to the full moon, the moon being about emotions, energies, feeling, things like that, something you're very comfortable with. So when Virgo is there, when the moon is there, you're going to feel all of that. But the good part of this is the North Node is also in Virgo at that time. And the North Node, the lunar nodes that we are born with have to do with what skills we come into this life with. That's the South Node. And the Northern Node is what skills we need to learn for our soul's evolution. So right now, at this point in time and space, collectively as a whole, we need to take on some of the higher octave aspects of Virgo, which include analysis, logical, discerning, discriminatory analysis. And I don't mean discriminatory in a bad way. I mean decisive, understanding what works and what doesn't, and then deciding absolutely that this is something I will take forward and something that I won't. Also, there's a sincerity about Virgo and a seriousness. So without getting uptight or fearful or stressed, this energy with the Mercury retrograde, with Jupiter in Libra, and I'll get into that in a second, and the other aspects related to that, and with his full moon and North Node in Virgo, it's making the task of looking back at our past, at past hurts and past joys, that much easier, and making the decision to keep certain experiences and beliefs and ideals that we've kept from those experiences, and which ones to let go of. So I'll give an example. Let's say 5 years ago we were in a relationship where we were deadly in love and that person cheated on us. Now we don't trust anyone ever. It's very easy to do that, right? But that may not be serving you any longer. not trusting. We have to trust sometimes because life is like that. You can't make a move authentically unless you're trusting to a certain extent. So that's an example of something you might want to let go of from past experience that you're still carrying today. Virgo will, the full moon in Virgo and the north node in Virgo will allow you to do this logically and discerningly and intelligently and seriously, taking it seriously. Also, which will help, another aspect astrologically that will help with this is the fact that Jupiter is in Libra. Libra is all about justice, fairness, communication with the seventh house, relationships, right? So again, with Jupiter, an expansive energy, an expansive planet in this area of relationships will help, only serve to help you not only look back and focus in, expand and focus in on those situations that cause that pain, those motivations for how you act now, as an example. But also Jupiter in direct opposition with Uranus in the constellation of Aries. So Uranus is unpredictable energy, and Aries is a fast-moving, fiery energy. Okay, with that aspect, with Jupiter, an expansive energy in the house or the sign of relationships, fairness, justice, interpersonal relationships, is very, very supportive of the process of looking past into your past at previous relationships and seeing what you can let go of. So really the universe and the astrological bodies in the sky are supporting, all the energy is supporting us looking and self-analysis, looking at ourselves, what can we keep, what can we take, and what's really still serving us and what's no longer serving us in our soul's evolution so that we can become the best we that we can. And that's what Pisces is all about. Pisces is the most spiritual, mutable, collective sign. It's Neptunian energy and Piscean energy is so collective, it's so fluid that very often there's not always a discernment or an understanding between you and the other. It's a flowing energy. You really understand the collective. So, but there are lessons that you can learn as well. As evolved as you are, there are lessons you can learn. So that's why this energy is going to be so, so helpful. All of it's in your sign, what Venus is doing, and then just the expansive energies around relationships with Jupiter, Uranus, and Aries. So, great time to relax into the energy and let those changes unfold naturally, peacefully, beautifully. Just relax into it. No need to worry. So on with the tarot. We're going to do a 3-card pull. This is based on the supernal triangle of the Tree of Life. So in the Kabbalistic Tree of Life, this would be Keter, Hokmah, and Binah. In the Kemetic Tree of Life, this would be Amen or Amen-Ra, Osir or Osiris, to Tehuti or Thoth, and then to Sekert, which doesn't really have another name. She doesn't have another name, but you would equate her or you would equate Binah to her from the Kabbalistic Tree of Life. Okay, basically for us, this is breaking down to superconscious or God source energy, spirit talking to us, our conscious mind, what's on our mind, and our subconscious mind, stuff that's not coming through clear, it's coming through in messages, through dreams, but things we need to look at. All right, so starting with this, I'm using the Thoth deck, the Tehuti deck. I'm going to do a shuffle real quick, and then we will get into your reading. Yeah, you are definitely, not that you, I mean, you always are so intuitive, so feeling that you can pick up on stuff so easily. This energy, all those planets that are in your constellation, and then with this Venus retrograde, it's just a great opportunity for you to purify and perfect, the spiritual being that you are in your evolution. So then when it's time for you to make the transition to the next incarnation, you will have turned over all the stones, look behind in the windows and the cracks and the closets of everything, really perfected yourself. And as a result, the collective. All right, last one. Okay, on a super conscious, what is God's source, spirit telling Oh, there's a lot to be said here. Okay. Did I just get 2 or 3? I'm not sure about that pull. Bear with me. I don't want to get it wrong. What do we need to know? What is God's source trying to tell? All right, that was definite. That's nice. You got the sun. That's spirit trying to tell you that everything's good. Everything is good. Just relax. Everything is as it should be. The sun is arguably the most positive card in the deck, and spirit is communicating this to you. That regardless of whatever fears or worries that you might have in your conscious mind, and that's what I'm pulling for now, and that you're seeing in the world. Yeah. Conscious mind is, you're definitely thinking about the status quo. You're not liking the world right now. So this is the Hierophant, and the Hierophant basically, it's related to the sign of Taurus. So if it's not a collective feeling, if it's a personal feeling, this is either a Taurus or someone with Taurian-like energy. But because these are both major arcana, I feel it's more of a you amongst the collective, your soul's evolution. Right now you have, and this is the message I'm getting, Spirit is giving you comfort. Because right now, all you feel and all you see is the oppressive nature of establishment. That's what the Hierophant is about. Basically, it's a symbol of the Pope, the Church, established hierarchies, monarchies, and you don't like it. It's saddening you. It's depressing you. You can see the inequity of systems like this and the oppression of systems like this, and how it hurts the soul. Excuse me. I have a bad cough, so bear with me just a second. You can see the oppressive nature of these institutions, right? Spirit is telling you it's wonderful that you are feeling and compassionate for others, those that are at the losing end of such institutions. The inequity of these institutions do affect those, and you hate to see people trampled on. You hate to see people hurt and affected unfairly, cruelly even. These institutions can show no mercy. But Spirit is reminding you, it's all okay. Nothing is permanent. It's all elusive. All is okay. Ride that wave, Pisces. Ride that wave. Spirit's telling you it's all okay. Be who you are. Never stop caring. But despite the fact that you're seeing this, and as hard as it is for you to see this inequity, Spirit is telling you that the good of humanity, the good of the collective is always first and foremost in the mind and the mind's eye, in the individual, the collective, and of God. So as you fight the good fight, as you care and are compassionate and are concerned with the other, that's not something you should stop at all. Spirit is merely reminding you of the bigger picture, that it's all going to be okay, so that you can sleep at night. Because I know you care, and I understand. I have a moon in Pisces in the 8th house, so I understand. It's going to be okay. All right, let's see what the subconscious wants to tell you. Subconscious, Pisces, March 1st through the 15th. Oh, by the way, happy birthday, Pisces. What's the message from the subconscious? Wow, 2 major arcanas. So this is basically telling you, despite whatever fretting you might do, it's all out of your control, that this is there, and it's horrible to watch, but it's okay. It's all okay. Because ultimately, those that are the suppressors, the oppressors, and those that are being oppressed come from the same God stuff. We all, believe it or not, the enemy, the bad guys and the good guys, all are made of the same divine stuff. It's a matter of degrees, right? So take comfort in that knowledge that it's all going to be okay, that we're all evolving for a reason, for our evolution. All right, I'll shut up. There we go. Yeah. Subconsciously, you have ruin, which is the 10 of Swords upright. This is the one in the Rider-Waite-Smith where there's like 10 swords in this dude's back, even one in his ear, and he's bleeding, but there's a sunshine on the horizon. The sunrise is on the horizon. So 10s are a combination of two things. They're the end of something and the beginning of something. You know, 10 is the end of the pips, and 1 and 0 make 1, which is the beginning, because everything in life is a cycle that's beginning and ending. This is Swords. Swords is mental energy, communications. Your subconscious mind is feeling the pain, as you tend to be so very compassionate and empathic. You're feeling this pain here. You're feeling the pain of the oppressive nature of the status quo. You're feeling the pain of the oppressed. You're feeling the inequity. You're feeling all of that, as you always do. Spirit is reminding you that the feelings that you have, the people that are causing them, the institutions that are causing them are all made from the same source. Let's get clarity here. I think this is pretty clear. You just being yourself and thinking and feeling and having compassion for the other. That's what you do. But don't get too caught up in the worldly ways. Because remember, it's all Maya, man. I just want to know a little bit more about this. Is this you causing this? This is definitely not something interpersonal. This is you looking out at the world. So you got Nephthys. I equate Nephthys with the High Priestess. Nephthys in reverse here. This was Isis's sister. So Isis is the mother figure. Osiris is the father figure. Nephthys is Isis's sister, and she married Set. Set is the bad guy in the story, basically. Basically, what this is saying is that you're having a tendency to see things at face, and I think this is why Spirit is communicating the source of all things to you. At the moment, watching all that's happening in the world, you're having a tendency to be fatalistic, nihilistic about the whole thing, because you're relying on logic here. You're relying on what you see. I think you might be forgetting your true nature, which is the High Priestess, right? Nephthys, intuition, empathy, feeling, understanding the big picture, knowing the motivations for really knowing, not just what you're feeling at the moment and how it affects you directly right now in this second, but really understanding why things are happening the way they are. Normally you have this connection with that. You tend to be the High Priestess, quite honestly, male or female. It's an energy of wisdom and understanding about the big picture, not just the here and now and this and that and the wars and all that, but the big picture. And you're not seeing that, and that's what Spirit's reminding you of, okay? Let this be the ending of this feeling of ruin. Let this be, let this be closure, okay? Because it's not this. You know this. You know the picture is much bigger. That this is all a learning experience. This is all about us transforming, evolving, perfecting our soul. One more bit of clarification here. Yeah, okay. Who knows? You need to reevaluate how. Let me just double check that because I'm having a brain fart at the moment. Make sure I got this right. Yeah, this is about, yeah, careful thought. Okay. So it's about an examination. It's about possible meetings with elders, i.e. wise ones, and careful thought. So coupling this with Nephthys, or what I consider the High Priestess in reverse, you're being urged to be who you really are, which is the High Priestess, to see the bigger picture, to use that wisdom of the elders that you've held residually from time immemorial. It's your nature. You're the most spiritual sign of the zodiac. You're the end of the evolution. You're the last sign. So this is an urge, and this is urging you that this is a very important time for you, apparently. This is a time, this is the crossing of the abyss. This is the test that's occurring, okay, for you, Emses, okay? That rune is telling me that this is a test of your spiritual mettle. And right now, you're not looking at things, you're reacting logically, and you're reacting angrily and logically, and that's fine, but that's not you. This is your authentic self, the High Priestess, the one who looks at the big picture. And you're being tested right now. This is important, okay? Sorry, I'm just coming to this, but Ansu's answered a lot. This is you crossing the abyss. This is your 40 days and 40 nights in the desert. This is your time to test the ability to understand your enemy's nature, believe it or not, is divine. I know it's hard. It's really, really hard when they're fucking people over badly. But it is their nature. Their true nature, their true source is the same source as us, you. So turn this around. Ansus is urging you. This is an exam. This is a test. This is your soul's evolution. So all of these astrological energies that are occurring right now, they're totally conducive to you looking within, looking in the past, seeing how it's motivating you now or hindering you now, stopping growth for you, and turn this around. Get back to who you are, the intuitive, spiritual person who sees the big picture, that does realize that Hitler, Pol Pot, Stalin, they all actually were made from the same God stuff that you and Jesus and me and Buddha, that were Muhammad, that they were all made of. So it's a change in perspective for you. Get back to your true self. Ride these energies. Don't stress about it. Don't use the mind. Like the Two of Swords, decide to put the blindfold on and decide intuitively, because that is your nature. That comes so easily to you. I'm so sorry I'm going on and on and on, but this was a very interesting spread. 2 major arcana, and to get the sun's message from Spirit, beautiful. This is an important time. You're needed. Your intuitive nature is needed in our soul's evolution and in this age of Aquarius. So, all right, I'll set up. If this didn't resonate with you, or you have more questions, comments, please use the comment section below. Also, if you would like something more specific to you, if you have a question about something in your life's path, feel free to email me at mimimemes@hotmail.com. You'll find that email address in the description box below this video. We'll set up a time where we can, address your specific life situation. I will be uploading a full moon video, hopefully on time, and that's around the 12th, 11th or the 12th, and then back at the mid-month, we'll be doing the mid-month to the end of the month astrological messages for all zodiac signs. Okay? That said, enjoy the beginning of your month. Enjoy these energies. Take advantage of them. Live in peace and love and compassion and be your true self, the intuitive, beautiful person you are. You take care.